Renishaw Park Golf Club was the brainchild of Sir George Rearsby Sitwell. Sir George was an impressive man of great accomplishment. He was interested in the arts and architecture and added much to the estate at Renishaw Hall, Derbyshire. He married his wife, Lady Ida, in 1886. And their children, Dame Edith, Sir Osbert and Sir Sacheverell, all grew up to become famous writers of the day, adding further lustre to the family name. The name Sitwell first appears in Eckington's history around 1301, and the land on which the golf club now stands, originally the Great Southern Rycroft, had been owned by the Sitwells since the end of the 16th century. It was around 1909 that Sir George came up with the idea of creating a golf course on his estate at Renishaw, following inspiration from a round of golf played at Scarborough. At the time, Sir George had been persuaded to go and live at his castle in Tuscany. He made over his properties in England to his two sons, although he and his wife still visited Renishaw regularly, and he did not forget the idea of building a golf course on the estate. In fact, the course was completed and opened as early as 1911, just 2 years after announcing his plans.
My name's Peter Staniforth. I've been a member for 65 years, and as far as I know, I think I am now the longest surviving member. I'm not sure of that, but that's a possibility. I joined as a junior at the age of 12, and I've been here ever since. I've been captain in 1978, president in 1994, captain of the Sheffield Society of Captains in 1997, and president of the Sheffield Union of Golf Clubs in 2004. I've always lived in Eckington until I was married, and I now live within 3 miles of the club, so Renishaw has always been a handy place to play golf.
My name is Tony Wilson. I live in Dronfield, and I joined Renishaw in 1970.
I'm John Crabtree. Live in Halfway, just up the road. Joined the club in 93 and was captain in 2005.
I'm John Rothwell. I joined Renishaw in 1974 and I live at Bainton.
Right, my lowest handicap was 7, and that will be round about 1987, something like that. And I managed to get myself back up to 14, unfortunately, and trying to get back down again.
And unlike Tony, I've a high handicap. I think the lowest was, look at John because he'll contradict me for a moment, I think 17, and now that was 2 or 3 years ago, and now up to 19.
Well, my lowest handicap was 9.5, which is playing 10, and that was in 1995 when I was captain. I'm playing a lot with the pro, so I got not particularly tips, but a lot of help from him. I've now had 10 years in the wilderness, and I've managed to get back up to, I've been up to 19, I'm back to 18, and it's cost me a lot of money because everyone's been at point 1 and I've played in a comp, so there we are.
All golf clubs need a clubhouse, but few hold the pedigree of Renishaw Park. The estate at Renishaw already had many fine buildings, and Sir George decided to build the clubhouse in the old coach house known as Dixon's at Lane End. The clubhouse is unique, consisting of 2 parts, the first of which dates back to James I and was a former hostelry. On the first floor there are 2 frescoes of Abraham and Isaac and of St George and the Dragon. Frescoes are a method of painting or an old form of graffiti done in watercolour laid onto the wall or ceiling before the plaster is dry. These two spectacular images are thought to date back to the 17th century. The second part of the clubhouse is an extension commissioned by Sir George in 1912, built by his friend Sir Edwin Lutyens. Sir Edwin has developed a classical style that can still be seen today in his designs for the cenotaph at Whitehall. Renishaw Park Clubhouse is no exception to the quality of his work. The fine crescent-shaped facade of the clubhouse faces away from the road, so it is only seen by relatively few people. It contains a 100-seated dining room, designed in the Swiss style, a locker room, a dryer room, and a room for the lady members and the steward's quarters.
My name is Tony Adams. I live at Harthill. I've lived there all my life. Well, I joined in '75 and got involved with various golf and played good golf, played bad golf. And then somebody asked me if I'd put up for committee in 1985. And I got elected to committee in 1985. And that ran through till 1997 when I became the club captain, which was a fantastic honour and a memorable year. Maybe talk a bit about that later. And then last year, 2009, I was club president, which was the icing on the cake, really. I've got 3 blazers, a green one, which is the club blazer, the red one, which is the captain's blazer, and a blue one, which is president's blazer. So I've got the set. Fantastic. Yeah.
Right, well, my name is Brian Cartledge. I'm been a member here for 27 years, and I come from the local near village called Kilmarsh, and I'm very happy to have been accepted as a member all those years ago, and I've been very happy here since, and involved a lot with the history and the people who have been before me.
My name is Leslie Hughes. I formerly lived in Eckington, but since I've been retired I live in Barlow in Derbyshire. And I've been a member for 51 years, and I've been very proud to be a secretary, treasurer, captain and president of the club.
My lowest handicap, of course, was 11. I haven't been any lower than that, although I've enjoyed playing at 11, which is a lot more at the moment, I'm afraid. As you get older, it tends to happen. And, it must be, I don't know, 15, 20 years since I was 11 handicap. But that's aside. It's always been very pleasant to play whatever handicap you seem to acquire. And as I say, the older you get, I find that the less able you are in golf, and so your handicap automatically goes up.
My lowest handicap was 9, which, as Brian said, I think approximately 20 years ago. But over the years, it has gone up and it's now 21. But what I most think, I play golf for enjoyment, and at 97 I still play 87. I still play 3 times a week. So I don't care what my handicap is now, as long as I enjoy playing.
Yeah.
My name's Tony Gelsthorpe. I've been a member here 32 years. 32 really enjoyable years. The membership, which I consider to be the main thing about any golf course, is, well, I'm going to be biased, but I feel it's second to none. We're blessed with a superb course. We know a lot of credit to Martin Elson. I think he's got a great team around him. I got down to +1 when I played at Hollingwell. I got the course record in my second round. I was leading in the morning and I finished up winning it in the afternoon. 65, I think, or 66, yeah. And that was a nice, memorable one. And there were people like Lee Westwood and that in that field, which makes it more memorable to me. Oh, yellow fella got it, but yeah, nice for me. Over the years, you know, I have got a lot of fond memories through the competitions we've played in. Some of the fond memories I hold was when we were playing for Sheffield, and I was the Sheffield team captain, and we were the top of the league at that time, and we had 5 people from Renishaw playing for Sheffield, which was a great moment, really. I'm just thinking, so that was a proud moment for Renishaw.
Ken Warburton, I live locally. Been a member for 30 years, but I'm a social member now because of ill health. In the 90s, I was house chairman for 4 years, memorable period. Wonderful captains down here. The membership is wonderful. It's not a gin and tonic club, it's a members club. What can I say? The course is absolutely wonderful. They've got a fabulous green staff. The trophies that this club's won is enormous. You know, the wonderful, wonderful Division 1 championships. The club itself, as you see, we sat in this room here, the Lutyens room, who was a friend of Sir Rearsby Sitwell. Sir Rearsby also had lots of other friends like Haile Selassie, and I remember being down here when Sir Rearsby brought Haile Selassie down and they came in the Rolls Royce and they went upstairs to the fresco room, and that is a memorable place. My lowest handicap was 12.6, which didn't classify myself as a first-class golfer because that was 12.5. But I was delighted to play off that handicap. I finished up playing off about 18, and that was 5 years ago. It's just through a few ailments and got other interests, but I still keep in touch. My son is a member down here. He's taken over, you know, coming down and playing. I hope one day he'll become a captain down here. I've been asked numerous times, but because of business commitments, I've never been able to put my name forward. Committee period from 1990 to 1994. Wonderful era. Membership down here was wonderful. Became house chairman. We had a wonderful treasurer at the period. I used to say I want this in the budget and this, and he gave me the money, and I promised him I'd get bums on seats for catering, and we made a profit.
My name is Arthur Milton. I live at 39 Station Road, Eckington.
I'm Mel Brookfield. I live at Killamarsh, and I've been a member down here for 44 years.
Ray Jenkinson, Renishaw. That's where I live now. I always have done, and I've been a member for about same as Melvin, 40 years.
The lowest handicap I played off is 2.
The lowest handicap I've been down to is 9. Struggled. Then I had a stroke and it went up, but I still struggle with my handicap at the moment. Don't you, Arthur?
No. No. And that's definite.
If we're going to tell lies, my lowest handicap was 15. And I've been 20 for years.
Over the years, members of the Sitwell family have also contributed to the design of the course. Looking from the tee to the green on the 18th hole, you will see a line of mature trees running along the left of the fairway. These were planted by Sir George Sitwell's daughter, Dame Edith, who was a respected writer of the modern period. The trees are now fully mature and create a colourful background, as well as shielding the course from the nearby Penny Engine railway line.
My name is Stephen White, been a member since May 1981, which is nearly 30 years. Joined on as a full member on the Wednesday, and my first competition was the Saturday, which was the Albert Lee Cup, and I played with Albert Edley and Fred Armstrong, which was over 36 holes in them days, the Albert Lee Cup, and I won it. So I'd only been a member 3 days, and I won, obviously, a major competition.
Got a reputation ever since.
Then he's carried on doing that.
Yeah. So that was when I joined, yes.
Okay, Kevin Greaves. I've been a member about 10 years now, but I've had a sort of longer association with the club than that, because my dad used to be in the artisan section, and I remember coming round when I was 4 or 5, something like that, and then the old artisans up on top of the 10th, climbing the trees. Once fell out of one of the trees and had to be taken to hospital. I had a bit of a gap and then came back 10 years ago.
My name is Margaret Milner. I'm an honorary member of Renishaw Park Golf Club, and I have been a member for 40 years. The lowest handicap I've played off is 16. I was 41 when I joined the club. My most memorable round of golf was when I won Captain's Day. And the wife of the captain was a child when my son was a child. And we used to take the babies to the clinic together. And so that was a memorable day. I love Renishaw Park Golf Club. Always have, and I've always done my best for Renishaw Park Golf Club. It's the friendliest club in the Sheffield area, and nobody should alter things to change that.
I'm Elizabeth Beales, and I've been a member since 1980.
I'm Rita Bacon, and I've been a member since 1988.
My lowest handicap has been 19.
My lowest handicap, believe it or not, has been 16. It's gradually gone up. My most memorable, there's not a lot to it really, but there are 2 really, and they were both really quite, what shall we say, self-centred. It was when I won the singles, once in 1995 and once in 2000. And that for me was very memorable. Yes, I like a lot of luck, I suppose. Yeah.
Mine was also in a competition when I got to the finals, and I was actually winning on the 13th, and I went over some logs really, and bang, my ankle went. And Margaret Milner, who you've just interviewed, said, "Come on, Elizabeth, all you've got to do is finish this hole and then you've won." I didn't win it. The next one